What is good, folks? Welcome back to Redcat Live. I promised you guys we'd be back after last week's debacle episode in my hotel room. But I'm here. We're back. And I brought some guests with me because I was kind of feeling lonely. And, I just was like, you guys want to hang out and play with RCs today? Yeah, I know you guys do that. Don't lie. I know there's a bunch of you guys out there that call the homie up on a Saturday morning like, yo, what's up, bro? What you doing, man? You want to go crawling? You want to go hit some rocks? Not those kind of rocks, but even like the RC crawling rocks, right? But check it, guys. Before we get too far, as promised, we're going to go over a lot of details about the Ascent, talk with the engineers here about the Ascent, answer some questions, perform a Underdrive install, which I'm sure you didn't bring tools, huh?
No, I didn't.
I kind of knew you didn't.
Yep.
All right. But as we're getting into this, guys, I do want you guys to stick around because there's going to be something leaky about these Ascents. I don't know. It's something you're not going to want to miss at the end of the show. I guarantee you don't want to miss it. In fact, you probably want to call all your homies, all your friends, anyone that's in the RC scene, and have them join on because we're going to share something with you guys that no one's seen yet. So without further ado, we got Shane McCullough and we got Aaron Mathiasen all the way from Wales.
Wales, yes.
Wales, Compton, right?
It's just south of Philly.
South of Philly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. So what's going on, guys? Man, welcome to the show. As always, it's great having you guys here. I always enjoy chatting with you guys and talking our secret. Would you stop playing with this?
It's a raccoon tail.
Oh, gosh.
It's a mandatory accessory for crawlers.
Yeah. All right. So let's say what's up to a couple folks. Chaz Pfeiffer, man. What's going on, good sir? Felix Delgadillo. Always good seeing you here, man. Thank you for joining on, man. You're a regular. I salute you, homie. The Token Channel. Always good seeing you and having you back. Thank you again for joining on to our shenanigans. Noof Dog. Here, let me blow this up a little bit. Boom. Oh, I can see now. All right. JD's RC, man. What's going on, homie? How you doing? Damn, Redcat even said, yo, we're getting cultured up in this bad boy today. Jamie says, Aaron, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. That's Special J. Shout out to Special J.
Special J's in the house. I love it, man. Let's see here. Felix Delgadillo, 1980 Caprice body. He wants to know all about that, man. We'll see if we got any info. I'm going to see if I can drill these guys, see what I can get them to leak out here today. That's why I called the show the Leaky Ascent, because as we talk about the Ascent, maybe I can get them to leak something for you guys. Not that there's any fluids to leak out of an Ascent, because, they're not Fords. I said it. Yeah, shots fired. So, yeah, I'm good with that. Bobby's RC Garage, man. What's going on, homie? Thank you for stopping by. Someone likes a cop car. I see, that's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about, the Capri. See, he caught on to that. I don't know. There might be info on that. There might not be no info on it, but we're in it to win it.
It's definitely there.
Right. Guys, so the launch for the Ascent has dropped, right? We've started to see people getting them in their hands. Last week's episode that I did from my hotel out in Houston. Big shout out to everyone in Houston, man. I actually bumped into two great fans that were super awesome. They even showed me a little bit around town, showed me a great barbecue spot, which was fire. But nonetheless, great time. Glad to be back. We gear up. We end this week and we head out to SEMA for a week, which is the most highly anticipated automotive show in the world. I like to say that.
Scale automotive.
Scale, yeah.
One-to-one.
One-to-one scale. But one of the best events out there. Aaron, you've been numerous years. What are some of your favorite things about SEMA?
Just kind of you get to mingle with a lot of people. So, obviously we're on our dungeon over here at the Redcat headquarters. We don't get out much. So we get to see a lot of customers and potential new customers, or just RC customers in general, from all over the globe, believe it or not. SEMA is an international show, so we do have a lot of foreign visitors to the booth there. And then just even some of the small mom and pops dealer shops that we have that are maybe have an auto body shop that just happen to sell Redcat and stuff, they always like to swing by. So it's good to see everybody.
Absolutely, man. It's always a good time. I think last year I kind of fanboyed a little too hard.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with...
Easy with the little.
I was hanging out with Ryan Martin. I don't know if you guys know him or not. He's just kind of a small-time guy in some kind of drag racing scene. And Sean, I think some call him like the Murderous Nova guy or something like that. Murder Nova.
No. That's not what we're talking about. Yeah. The celebrity of the event was Wee Man.
Wee Man was there with us.
That's right. And what did he have?
he had his 60. He's 62 with them, I think.
That's right. Lowrider right in front of us.
Yep. That was a good time, man.
Yep.
So a lot of great stuff happening at SEMA. Just so you guys know, next week we will be going live a few times. I do plan on having a live show with House of Color. We're going to have Juan Munch Gonzalez joining us, talking about some paint techniques, some paint schemes, a little bit about House of Color and what he does to the industry in general. So that should be a good show. We're also going to potentially have Jeff Lozano, two-time crown winner of the SEMA Build-Off, join us for an episode as well. And, of course, we're going to do a complete orientation of our booth because our booth changed quite a bit this year, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Totally different.
Little
from last
different.
year.
I know Wee Man won't be able to...
We'll bring it. We'll get him on your shoulders. It's no big deal.
It's a little tall. Just
It's taller.
It's tall for me. So, I mean, if it's tall
If
for
you're
me...
5 foot tall, you won't have a problem. But
Wee
if
Man's
you're
like
under 5 foot.
And Wee Man's like an inch taller than I am, so you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But yeah, nonetheless, SEMA's a great time. I should be bringing you guys a lot of great content while I'm out there. A lot of stories are going to be shared throughout the entire time. So if you do follow us on Instagram and Facebook, hopefully you guys get to enjoy that. I'll try and get as much content that we can bring back to you guys for the following wrap-up show. But right after SEMA, these guys on Friday get to come home, and I'm still stuck in Las Vegas. Ooh, how bad is that? Jeez, that sucks. Because I get to attend the original Lowrider Super Show at the Mandalay Bay in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It may not be that beautiful right now because the F1 track is kind of messing everything up. But, I mean, I still think that's beautiful in itself. So it should be a good time. So, yeah, guys, make sure you tune in next week. We're going to have a couple shows. A lot of good times, a lot of good smiles, and a lot of shenanigans by yours truly with these knuckleheads. I might even go live because I might talk them into getting Redcat tattoos. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But without further ado, we wanted to dive into the Ascent. There's been a lot of questions being asked by multiple influencers as well as the community itself. So, Shane, I know that we're piloting, kind of asking some questions and trying to clear up some misconceptions that some folks have up there as well. So what are some of the key things, I guess, that you want to start us off with?
So the main thing is...
I don't care. Listen, guys, this thing's great, okay? I don't care what he says. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Good.
let's see. How did you... So
Look at this junk.
the links are bent out. They're not a high clearance link.
You want me to get a close up here?
Yeah, here.
Here, let me swap.
So you can see the links are bent like out to the side. They're supposed to be like that. They are not high clearance links. Just due to how close the links are to the center of the skid here, that allows it to have more flex in the front versus the rear. And if we were to use a straight link, it would have bound on the link mount. So bending it here makes it so you have the same rod end on both sides, but you still get clearance for that link mount, and then still get it set up how we want it to be set up.
Oh, audio. So for some reason, okay. Hold on one second.
Which is happening.
Switch to camera audio and mic audio.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that sounds better now. I had the audio turned on the camera. So Shane, explain that really quick so that people get a nice clear soundbite on that.
Yeah, so the link mounts are really close together in the center of the skid on the front. That allows more flex. So the link is actually bent out. It's not a high clearance link. It goes out to the side on the same plane. Because if we put a straight link here, it would have bound on the link mount. So bending it here makes the rod ends the same exact rod end, and it's just a bent link. So don't rotate these up. If you do, you might have some drive shaft clearance issues. It's kind of up to you, but yeah.
And you guys can see the angle, how close it is. Go ahead and bottom it out.
Yeah.
So you guys can see as you start bottoming out, you do have
Connector in there.
a little bit of, let me get the connector out of there. You can have a little bit of spacing left there. And then, of course, on the opposite side, where the can of the motor is, you're going to notice that it's getting a little closer. So, yeah, I mean, having them bent up to some degree, for like future add-ons or the aftermarket, so to speak, will definitely offer some things there, but there isn't much more room, I believe, to go up, right?
And if you did flip them up, now the lowest point just after the diff is actually going to be your drive shaft, the pinion coming out of the diff. So if you look at it from the side, you'll be able to see that as well. So if you go them over something and onto something, instead of it going onto the rock necessarily, it's going to go onto the links. So that's also an issue there as well.
And yes, guys, so this truck is my personal Ascent. And so on this one, obviously, I do have some upgrades on it already. Not a lot. The chassis dimensions are all identically the same as the way they come. The only thing I went ahead and did to mine was I swapped out motor ESC, installed my own radio, and of course, because I trimmed the body. There we go. So I got the Fusion Pro installed into it. I have a 777 servo from Reefs RC, and then 299 or 299 LP servo winch on the front as well. And I just went ahead and I cut a hole. I'll show you here with this camera. I went ahead and just cut a small hole so that I can mount the servo winch right there. To allow it to come through onto the factory bumper. So you guys can see I did have to space that servo winch up a little bit with a couple spacers here. I do have some spacers on order that I'm going to be installing to remove these out of the way. But that was just to get the servo winch to lift up so that the panhard bar doesn't bottom out and smack the lower spool there.
Sweet. And what size pack is that? Do you have on your skid there, sir?
So on mine, I've run a couple of different packs. The primary pack that I've been running a lot when we were at Proline by the Fire was a 2200 bashing pack from Jen's Ace. But I've also been running when I was competing in Little Mexico, having a good time with these bad boys. I was running that one. I ran a 450
Cute little guy.
micro pack because I only had to get through about 10 gates in this little fun comp that we were having amongst friends. So I didn't need a lot of weight. So this bad boy I think it weighs like maybe, I don't know, like 20 grams if that.
Like out of 7, on a scale of 1 to 7, what would you rate that battery?
As far as the weight?
Just in general.
In general, man, at least a 7.
Okay.
7 out of 7.
All right. I was thinking like 5.93 out of 7.
I mean,
It does have an inferior connector.
It does have some cubicle inches to it. So,
Yeah, just mainly because the connector.
Yes. But yeah, it's a Dean's on this one, but I did end up converting. So the Fusion Pro has an XT90 attached to it. So
60?
XT60, sorry, attached to it. So obviously the battery packs I have, I'm going to be swapping some connectors on these bad boys. And because I'm running a 777, I need to run auxiliary power to my servo. So I just plug right into the balance port of it as well. So, I mean, you're going to find everything you do to your rigs is going to be unique to you. I put mine on a diet. I have some custom CNC wheels on it with some Hyrax Pro lines. I have some Crawler Innovation single stage foams in the rear, dual stage foams in the front, and just changed shock oil at this point. I'm still playing with some geometry things for my driving style, and Shane will show you kind of what he did to his. He just copied me, so it's kind of the same thing. But it's kind of the same thing, but. Don't judge him on his wiring. I just gotta say.
The wiring's bad. I don't know. Are we gonna show mine?
Yeah, go for it. So what do you got going on yours?
So mine's basically like the development mule for this whole thing. So we're testing out some other stuff. Like mine might have titanium frame rails and some other stuff. But when we were developing this, we wanted to make sure like a revolver would fit, a Fusion Pro would fit. All the really popular motors.
Tried to get like what 4 to 5 pounds
Don't try
of
to hide your
wire.
wiring,
Don't
dude.
move the wiring.
Don't hide your wiring.
Yeah.
So you got a revolver.
Yeah. So this is the revolver team spec. I think it's like I think this ends up being like an 1800. And yeah, it works really well. I'm running on a 4S with a Mamba X2. I think the micro.
And then servo, you're running
I'm running a Futaba. Some sort of number servo.
CT 700 or 70. What is it?
I don't think it's one of those.
It's not?
No.
I also see you got some Trio
Oh,
goodies.
that's right. You have the other one.
Yeah, so this one, when I had my Gen 9, I had all Trio everything. So I basically converted it over, so it's all Trio front and rear. Just see what would happen.
And what wheels you rocking over here?
They are Boom Racing Pro builds.
Pro builds.
With J Concept ruptures, and then the front has anti-foams, the rear has squid inserts.
And you're rocking, looks like, what is that? Oh, okay. So yeah, you got some brass on there, some brass apocalypse.
Yeah,
I
that's
see you. And it looks like you got the G-Speed front and rear bumper.
Yep, G-Speed titanium bumpers.
Nice. So it's safe to say that you like crawling.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You've done it once or twice?
This is just all parts that I had sitting around. This also has like drive techs on it.
The standard.
It's just a bunch of parts I had sitting around from other builds, and I was like, all right, I'll throw it on here, and we'll see what happens.
Right. So, and this has been your baby the last couple months. You actually beat the snot out of this thing at Pearland by the Fire too.
Yep.
So we like to have fun, guys. We like to have fun with our crawlers, right? We just like you guys, we're enthusiasts, and we love tinkering away and doing our own thing, and we're always kind of finding ways to just elevate even the way we crawl, set things up for our standards, right? Custom-made titanium frame rails.
They were just sitting around in the cart.
Yeah,
they ended up on his tab. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other things that you've noticed come up as a common question for the Ascent for those people that have been just recently purchased theirs?
So a lot of people have been asking when the clear bodies are coming out. They should be on the website now. If not,
They are. I checked before we came on. They're on the website.
Yeah, so the clear bodies are on the website. The tires separately are available on the website.
What else?
If you're looking for more flex, a lot of the reviewers have said it doesn't have enough flex for them out of the box. It kind of depends on your location. For our area, a lot more flex than that, you start to get into some weird situations. But if you do, if you just pull the internal spring out of the rear, and I would suggest only the rear, you get about a tire worth of flex. So I would try that first and just go from there. So.
Absolutely. So, and again, guys.
Is that how your crawler's set up?
Mine, actually, I have the fronts removed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own style. And I actually have another set of shocks that I'm working on as well right now to try out. But again, guys, that's the greatest thing about being in this crawler scene, right? Is that in any RC scene is that you don't have to have a cookie cutter format or formula to have fun. The way I drive, and trust me and him have gone battles. Every year we have a Christmas and New Year's, crawl that we do, and we go out and we get loose for a couple hours, and we tend to find that his setup is in some ways similar to mine, and in other ways completely different from what I run. But we both end up crawling fairly well with them.
Doing the similar lines, just different approach.
Absolutely. So, when you guys are out there and you guys are tuning in, I think for me, the biggest caveat was offering a sub $300 rig that's ready to run if you want to run it the way it is, or you can get it, throw some wheels and tires on it with a little more mass, and it is a beast right out of the gate. And will grow with your wallet as well. So let's say that you buy the truck for $300, while competitors out there are well over the $400-500 range for something even similar or even remotely close to it. Which is fine. That's great. There's nothing negative about that. But maybe you can spend that extra bucks on a Pro Fusion setup. Maybe an upgraded servo eventually. The servo that comes with it does really great for me. I actually personally like it. I have it on a couple different vehicles. My kids' vehicles run the Torque Spec servos because they were a great price point for me to install, and they haven't broke them yet. So I've had really bad luck with servos in my kids in the past, and they've actually really tested and endured the test of time with them in their hands. So I upgraded a 777 because why not a 777? You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have your wants out there. SVDRC, did I say that right? NSVRD, NSDRC, Shift RC, Futaba, Savox, High Tech, whatever there's fanboys. Listen, if you're in a firearms, you're going to have your Glocks, you're going to have your Springfields, you're going to have your Berettas, you're going to have all different options. Well, crawlers are the same way, as well as all of the optional parts that you install on them. So, definitely have fun with it, make it unique, make it your own, and enjoy them. I think that's the greatest part about it. One of the biggest things that I take away from any new product is buying little things at a time and watching the performance change as you go, and you adapt the way you drive because of it as well. whether it's your tires, whether it's wheels, whether, like Shane and I, we run MIP drive shafts. And if you guys don't know, MIP should be dropping the build your own setup off of the Ascent. We were blessed to be able to throw MIP drive lines in our trucks as well at Proline by the Fire. Big shout out to Eustace and the entire team at MIP. They did a great job outfitting our personal trucks with them, and we look forward to what they're going to be doing in the near future as well with it. So it's an awesome time to be in the RC hobby. There's a lot of options out there for all kinds of folks with a lot of different price points, and I think at the end of the day, you guys should just love and enjoy the hobby because it's a great time to be involved.
Yeah. So not only can you get dial driveline from MIP, you can get their tools.
Their tools. I'm telling you, if you don't
Black
buy,
handle tools.
They just re-released the black handle tools.
did they really?
Oh, yeah.
When did they do that? Like
This morning.
You don't got enough money?
Oh
No, you can buy the whole set or you can buy them individually, I guess, too. But they're back.
Really?
Yeah, and they said limited time only. So for
sucks-
those of you guys who don't have good tools,
So what sucks and doesn't suck is that at Proline by the Fire, they were offering a great deal on their tools if you bought their
kit?
their sleeve, the holder,
The
tool
bag.
holder. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think they were selling each tool for like $10 or something crazy like that. It was a great deal.
I bought all of them.
I bought almost every single thing I can get my hands on as well. But yeah, guys, when it comes to tools out there, MIP, if you're not buying MIP, you're gonna cry eventually. So buy once, cry once, and know that you're using a very high quality tool at that. I'm kind of bummed now because I don't want to take a second mortgage to buy tools, but
they're worth it.
dang. All right. Anything else that you can add on as far as information on the Ascent with most common asked questions?
Do you want to show like battery placement?
Battery replacement is a good thing. Yeah. So we can bring in the the police, the highway patrol.
Yeah.
It's our Shane's test rig.
Yep. This is needed something for night crawling at Proline. And what's better for night crawling than flashing lights?
Yeah, well, you gotta have something.
I guess give me both.
That's what she said.
Here's your questions too, if you wanted
Look
to
at
see
that.
some
Oh,
of the
what do we got?
questions
What
that
do we
people
got?
are asking.
Oh, we answered all those.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Did we? I answered some of
Yeah.
those earlier.
I went
Too.
through all of them.
Yeah, but a lot of the guys aren't in that page that are watching,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it might not be a bad idea to
Yeah.
go over some of them.
There's Aaron.
See that? They should. be
Well,
on the
yeah,
website.
no, that's the thing I went over. The clear bodies and
Okay,
the tires.
all
and,
right, just double checking.
Went over it. I read it.
Rear of the half cap, how does it stay attached?
So the rear of the half cab just has body posts kind of like this. I don't think we have a rear half cab.
Yeah,
in here.
it's bolted to the.
It's just two body clips. They sit down like pretty far in the bed, so you really can't see it normally anyway. So.
And it's bolted to the front half cab. I think that's what he's
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
confused
okay.
by.
Yeah, there's.
It's six.
Was it
six
4
bolts.
screws?
Six bolts, and there's usually these plastic retainers that's go in place to keep it like almost like clocking it so that it doesn't move around on you when you put in the screws. And then the screws usually come in from one side, and it just pinches it together. I took mine off because I put my truck on a diet. John Blankenship has a question. Transmission. What about the transmission do you want to know, John? I'm watching for your question, making sure I don't miss it this time.
I think you just asked what transmission's in it earlier.
What transmission? Well, it's a newly designed transmission, right?
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
it's all new.
Yeah, so the transmission's new. Basically, it's a front motor mount setup with a spur and pinion, and then it comes back to a quick change transfer case, which I need tools for to change.
okay.
If you want to show
That-
a video,
and
you
then-
want me to grab them?
And then going back to the motor and the spur and all that, because I've
Grab
seen
a
it on some of the
wire
other Gen 8 threads and Gen 9. The Gen 8, the Gen 9, and the Ascent do come with a slipper installed from the factory. So that is adjustable. That is something you can adjust or take out. I know like on my rig, I've taken the slipper out and I'm just running the plate, and you can use another washer, shim it in there so it doesn't move. But speaking of tools and things, oh my goodness. But yeah, and then we have, Shane's going to do a little gear swap. And I do believe there's going to be an update to the manual. I don't believe it's in there right now, but for the actual overdrive or slash underdrive gears, it'll tell you which combinations give you which ones. So 0% out of the box, and then we have a 10 and a 20%. So that should be coming, because I know a couple people had asked me, and I've seen it out there, which gear sets go with which. So we'll be publishing that in the manual.
All right, so here we go. Let's swap cameras. And so a lot of you guys, one of the biggest questions that we've been getting a lot is, how do you swap out the underdrives, right? It's, in my opinion, if you get this truck and you have it in your possession, the first thing I recommend anyone doing is go to the 20%, right?
Yeah.
Which the combo is what gear set?
So there's a 0, a 10, and a 20%. Stock out of the box is going to be a 20 and a 24 gear. The 10%'s a 19 and a 25 gear, and the 20% is a 18 and a 26 gear. Yeah.
It's about to be in the manual.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Right. So we saw that a lot of folks that were trying to replace it they were actually doing a lot more than they probably should have to open it up. So we're going to show you really quickly how to do it. It's still considered what we consider a quick change out type of scenario. So do we time you?
He's got no drill, so yeah, for sure time.
Yeah, no.
Time him? All right.
Yeah.
I don't have my fancy drill.
Set. Well, the good news is you're like, none of this has Loctite either, right? Because you're Vibratite. Naturally, you Loctite everything together.
Okay, so first of all, you want to just come up here to the shock towers. So we've seen a couple people take their link mount out. You don't really need to. Just take the 2 rear shocks off.
And why would you just take the shock off, Shane? Easier to take off?
It's a lot easier to take off than a link mount.
Okay.
See, you got to love the fact. So, like, this is how we are, guys, all the time. The entire team, the entire staff, it is nothing
Good shot of his arm.
Yeah, but big brothers and little brother type of mentality here. So, like, we're just goofballs. We love to have fun with each other.
And don't watch Shane. He doesn't have any kind of. He doesn't shake at all. That's him just vibrating it to get the bolt out without catching the threads on the aluminum.
So now what are you doing?
So now you want to take your drive shaft off? Just a regular 2 mil?
Oh, you take it off.
Yeah.
I don't. I leave it on.
Well, you got to take it off to get the gear out.
No,
Okay,
I just
so then-
don't take it out.
That'll come out.
And guys, remember, when in doubt, just hammer it out. Just kidding.
And
And
there
you can
will
lift
be
this up
Loctite
and
on those, so that's another good place for
So here,
tools.
hold on. That was a crucial thing. So, guys, when the drive shaft's in line, now that the shocks are off, what he did is he lifted up the chassis to slide the drive shaft off. And that now allows that to stay exposed for you, right?
Yep. Yeah, and so once you got that out, it's just these 2 screws at the top. They're kind of long screws.
You should have made those longer.
Yeah.
Do you know how long those screws are by chance?
Not out.
What size tool are you using?
2 mil.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Is that metric or?
Metric, yep.
Okay. Will a 5/64 work?
Probably not.
Okay. 3/32.
Yes. And those of you guys that are just jumping on right now, guys, as I mentioned earlier in the show, talking about Ascents, who knows? There's something that I really want to share with you guys at the end of this show that you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be insane. It is.
I didn't know we were going to actually do this.
Yes, it's going to be dope. So
Are we trending?
we're going to trend after this post today,
Okay.
after this video today. So I'm telling you guys, if you guys want to see something that you guys have never, ever, ever seen or expected from Redcat in the past, you're going to want to stick around for the end of the show.
Just
Okay.
saying.
So now you've got your 2 bolts taken out. You just kind of give this a wiggle, and then your gear housing comes out. This has some extra grease on it. The factory grease is like a reddish color. And then you can just pop this out and swap the gears out from there. And your second gear is going to be on the top of this shaft here. Just slide that right out. I'm not going to get all greasy. But it's basically this gear is the one you're going to be swapping out, as well as the gear that's actually part of the rear housing.
So top gear and the gear that comes with the housing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 2 extra gears in here for the front. You want to keep those in the truck.
Okay.
So, and all you got to do is slap it back on. This one already has the 20% in it. Just kind of give it a wiggle, and you're good to go. And reverse the process.
All right. So the timer's still going. So like
Oh,
you need
okay.
to
Yeah,
reassemble, bro. What are you doing, bro? Hurry up. What are you doing?
putting
Come on.
screws
What
back
are you
in.
doing? Hurry up.
Don't. Yeah. What, you got to focus. Don't look at the wires.
Yeah. Don't look at the wires,
The
guys.
wiring-
wiring's
wiring.
fine on this one.
What do you have for speed control on this one, Shane?
This one I actually have a Fusion in.
Okay.
It was pretty
The
important.
SE?
The SE, yes.
Okay.
It was pretty important, like, when we're developing this to make sure it fits.
Okay.
There's a lot of people who switch to it. It's a very good ESC.
Economical.
Yep. I think they're like $80 retail.
Yeah.
So it's a great ESC for the money.
Yeah, and when you do switch over, if that's something that you want to do, like a ton of guys are putting the 1080, the V2, or is they called the G2? V2?
The G2.
G2, yeah,
Yeah,
G2.
the 1080
and
G2.
they're rocking that, and you could, some guys are putting in like an inexpensive
Dude,
hobby wing or
I'm just gonna say,
motor.
bro, like you've gotten soft, bro. Like with having my boy over here, he's been using a pneumatic drill.
Electric.
Electric
'cause
drill
I have a
with the
pneumatic
built-in
drill.
with the built-in clutch, so
Oh.
that you know what I'm saying, like he doesn't over tighten anything. He just gets it just right, just good and tight, and then just snugs it up.
German torque
So
back.
look, so you can see his arms. He's getting the work out of his life right now.
Arm pump. And what should you put back on that when you put that in?
You might want to put Loctite back on this.
Not might.
You should put Loctite back on this.
Yeah.
I'm not because
gonna take it back
I'm
apart.
going to take it back apart probably in an hour.
Yeah. And the thing for the guys that do want to switch to the 2-in-1, we were talking about the different size batteries we have here earlier. It really opens up the locations. So if you want, I mean, obviously the side is the lowest point to put the
Yeah.
battery.
Well,
But
this
when
might
you
be a
do
good
that,
one.
you can put the battery up front, the little 850s, even the 1500s. Some of the 2000 packs I've seen fit up there. But yeah,
And that'll fit.
yeah, that'll fit. But a lot of people like to do it on the side, which is good. But just so you know, and then it allows you to put that winch up there if you like the reef stuff, or like we said, any of the other stuff. But we kind of like the reef stuff.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about just the battery location.
Okay, yeah.
So the stock battery locations back here, if you saw me or Oscar's truck, we don't actually have this in. It's only for if you're using like a long stick pack or like a shorty pack, like for drifting. But you basically just pull the Velcro out and you slap it on the side here, and you've got a perfect mount for your battery.
With no draggy Velcro.
Yep.
And one
And then
thing I have to point out is if you guys notice underneath here, let me see if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Where is it? There we go.
Focus.
There you go. You notice the Velcro is not exposed, right? Like that is clutch because, there's one thing that I will say is like having Velcro exposed, that's only another reason to catch on something. I love what you guys did, that you guys designed it so that the actual strap is inside, almost like a little hollowed out boat,
Yeah,
right?
and you don't get stuck on the side of the frame. It's a little boat sliders. And then, yeah, you can do the small ones there. And then for those of you guys that have like the single,
If you,
yeah, the front.
oh,
yeah.
I have my switch here for the Fusion, but you could always mount it on the slider. But then you can 100% fit a battery in there.
Yeah, it's designed to go up there. And then, where was I going with the battery on the side? Oh, for those of you guys that have the single piece body, or may want to put a hard body or something like that on here, and you're not going to need the back tab here that we locate the original 2-piece body on. Go check out Roadside RC. He's got a video on this. He hacks this off real quick with a Dremel. Or you can use the side cutters, whatever you have. And the 2200s and some of the larger packs fit perfectly on the side guard. So go check out his video. He shows you how he puts it on there, and he's got some good little mods. Exo Cage has got some good stuff. Who else? West Desert Wheeler's got a good video on it. So the videos are out there, and then we're seeing a lot of good participation in the group. So thanks, guys, for stepping in and answering questions. We're busy working on stuff and things all the time, so we may not be able to get to all of them, but we appreciate everybody stepping in and trying to help out. And then, do we want to show this other hoopty ride, or
Yeah, let me finish.
you're going to finish that first?
Hold on.
Do we have enough time in the day? Oh my God!
Right. And I do. Hey, Vince Vargas, man, good shout out for that, man. Yeah, big shout out to Black Sheep Scalers, Tyrone Dunkley, man. Thank you so much for my tea. I appreciate you, homie. I always stay representing all the folks from the Bay, and just anyone that throws me a shirt because I like T-shirts, I guess.
T-shirts, yeah, they're disposable. So, Shane, what was the official time on that? 17 minutes,
It's
28
fine.
seconds. And then he has this. What is this thing? Is it a?
It's a killer body.
Killer body.
Gladiator.
It's a Jeep. Is it a?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
this
a
is licensed. This is not the Jeep Foe. This is real.
Yeah, that's licensed.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a real Jeep
You can't
for the
really-
hard body folks. It's a dark.
This might not be the
color.
best color for this.
That'll pop.
Nice dark purple.
We can show and with anytime you ever go crawling with Shane or Oscar, you got to make sure you have tools. So make sure you show the back of the bed because I don't know how many times I've been out on the trail with either of you guys, and had a wheel fall off.
What? Okay,
I'm just saying.
maybe once or twice.
Okay, so the main thing I have this is show like the hard body guys. There's enough room for a full interior in here with the transmission. So there's,
Don't look at his wiring though.
don't look at the wiring. That's not the important part.
The wiring is not good.
But you can definitely fit a full interior with seats and everything else. Even with the battery on the side, you can still fit that under a seat. The interior is actually not out for this yet, so until that happens.
And it's right-hand drive.
I mean, in all
It's
fairness,
right-hand drive.
it looks like a Jeep that was repossessed for, some kind
Bad
of like
paint
shady
work.
business.
Normal Jeep business.
But now, so the hard body stuff, everybody's putting them on, the other rigs and with the fenders and that, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get on. They slap on really easy to something like this. It's very easy to fabricate mounts and, just switch it up a little bit for those guys that are wanting to do the hard body kind of thing.
Yep. And the whole reason the Ascent has the two-piece frame rail thing, with I guess the shock towers being separate, is you can actually mount your shocks lower.
Yeah, can you show them that?
Or do you want to
Show them from the above.
Yeah.
Normally you have to notch the bed out to get the shock tower to go through.
Yeah, so there's it's a full bed. There's stuff in here, but it's not covering anything. So
If you look from the side, you can kind of see.
So
you can play around
The
with
frame
the
rail is flat, so you can kind of just take them off and slap your body on there. And then I actually have the shocks mounted to the battery location, and then it's just a shorter shock, and it works pretty well.
Yep. And instead of mounting it to the top of the axle, we have it mounted to the lower link mount. So just a different option, something out there for people that are wanting to put a big flatbed on here or do some kind of a custom build. It's easily adaptable. So we try to think of that with the frame rails. That's why they're multi-piece. Just food for thought.
And we like fusions around here, so this one obviously also has a fusion.
Yeah, Hobbywing is great.
Right 100 LP to clear the hood. So
Love it, man. So love it. Able to answer a lot of good questions on this bad boy. I love to see what people are doing with it already out there. There's a lot of great folks. Troy Fakes from Roadside RC's got some good videos out already. Francis over at RC Review also has some good videos as well. And then there's some other videos out there that West Desert Wheeler did an amazing, awesome video, equally just a great video, really showing its capabilities in a very unbiased way, which I can truly appreciate. And man, we're eager to see more stuff come out and more people do things with it. The Gen 9 Trio axle housings do fit this product, so you'll be able to use those. The brass that Trio offers as well will fit it as well. Which is a great addition, and again at the price point of $289 for the red, and $299 for the blue two-piece body. It's just a great product for again sub $300 rig. So
and you've got Proline stuff. These are what you got, J Concepts.
Yep.
We've got little tires, big tires. These trucks really like the little tires too. I know a couple guys posted them. Don't be afraid to throw 419s or something like that on there. They work great with everything.
Absolutely. So let me double check, see if there's any questions here. Eric wants to know, was the Prius announced yet?
I'm still waiting for it.
Yep. How do you get a red front cap?
So this is just this was one of the development vehicles. So this is where we actually picked the color for the one piece. But you can buy a clear body cab now and then paint it however you want.
Yep.
So.
Love it, man. I love it. So let's see. Let me double check some of these questions here, see if there's anything else. Yes, Vince, small battery packs, you don't need much when it comes to something like this.
Yeah.
And the truck by itself, honestly, it's a pretty lightweight truck. So, I mean, you could run a 850 pack or like an 1100 pack in there, like one of those drone packs, right?
Yeah, most of my drone packs.
They work great for you.
Yeah, like I'm running I think a 1550, and we drove it for an hour and a half, 2 hours at Proline without needing it to swap.
Nice.
With the good electronics.
Steve Chappell wants to know, any chance of a roller kit of an Ascent coming in the future?
Definitely never out of the question, but I wouldn't expect anything for a while.
Nice. And someone wants to know, what are you guys going to drop next?
Well,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get you something.
you might see in like 5 minutes. No, that's not going to be next.
Right.
That's definitely not.
No.
The
Definitely
next
not
thing
now.
is that it might have been leaked on a certain Facebook page. That
What?
starts with Danchi.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a couple
some
things. There's some
coming out.
others. We have lots of stuff and
Right.
things.
So in all reality, guys, listen, we've told you guys at the beginning of the year that we're going to have a great number of drops this year, and so far, I want to say we haven't disappointed. We've had some pretty good drops, right? This year we had
Couple trucks.
the highly anticipated RDS, right? Which I
Oh, it was this year,
love
yeah.
it. Yeah, it was this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a busy year, bro. So we had the RDS, right? We had the Machete, right? We had the Ascent.
Yep.
What
Some
else?
COE.
Oh, a COE, right?
And a
A trailer, right?
Yeah.
And, who knows? We still got another 2 months left. So
Yeah.
there's still a great potential to have at least another 1 or 2 drops drop within that time frame. So, I mean, we're not done for the year. We still got some things going. And like I keep telling you guys, if these are the things that we started working on 2 years ago, imagine what is going to come out next year that we started a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, maybe you guys are ready to see something that no one else has seen.
Are they ready?
Outside of this office?
Make sure you're standing up.
There was a Roadside had another question.
Oh.
Did he? Rose had
I
another
just don't know
question?
if we can answer this yet.
Let's see.
What do you mean?
Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Go up a little bit.
We can't answer
That one?
that
We
yet.
can't answer? Okay.
We can't answer
Well,
your
all right.
question yet, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Good question.
Yep.
So, I mean, let's see here.
You can either confirm or deny any allegations.
Alcashat, yes, the Jeep was on an Ascent frame rail.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, everything today was Ascent platform.
Yep. Ascent based.
Yeah.
So, like I said, not only is it for the more performance car oriented stuff, it's a great platform and it's inexpensive to build something like a hard body or
Yep.
something
And
like that on.
The skid's actually flat, so you can run it in Class 1 if you really want to. You just need to downsize on tires.
So since I got you guys here and I get asked these questions all the time, I figured, we'll put you guys in the hot seat. RDS hop-ups.
So the final ones got approved. It's been a lot of back and forth because they have to be solid.
Perfect, I think is the word you're looking for.
Perfect. Yeah.
Usually the parts are solid.
Yeah, they have to be perfect.
Aqueous.
And yeah, I'm kind of nitpicky on it. So they're good. They're approved. It might be a month, 2 months until we see them
Just depends.
actually in stock.
Yeah, because we can't
So-
just order like 5 sets to bring them in. We need
Yeah.
a lot.
We need a lot.
So
and
we're waiting on those to
shipping,
get
so.
quantified.
Nice. How about Caprice body?
What about it?
Which one?
Well,
That's the
the highly
correct
anticipated Caprice body that we've been
Which one?
that we were telling people was coming.
What year?
This one? Is this Caprice?
Yeah, I mean, people have been asking
That's a
about the body.
4-door. Nobody wants a 4-door.
Yeah, nobody, yep.
Okay, so I got no update on that.
No?
How about the Boattail Riviera? Any updates on that?
Actually,
I don't know.
did you
No.
show them it last time?
Well, yeah, we leaked it on here.
Yep.
We had it on
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but
No updates.
No ETA
Yep.
at this time. Okay.
Step sometime soon, maybe. TM.
Pop-ups for the Ascent. Is anything potentially in the works for that?
Are we allowed to answer that?
Yeah, of course we have stuff in the works.
Yeah, we have stuff in the works. Sometimes if you zoom in on the video and you go back a little bit,
or if you
might have
watch
seen
some
it.
of the older videos, because we showed some of the brass on some of the old videos.
Yeah.
There's definitely some stuff coming for it. It's the same thing. We have so many things that we're trying to get out. It's and getting it on containers and getting it over here, especially brass things like that. It's really not cost effective to airship that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of stuff on its way.
Love it. Let's see. Let me double check some more of these here.
Should be a good year.
When are the RDS ever? Is RDS ever going to go on sale? You never know. You just going to stay tuned. Listen, historically speaking, we've always had sales, going into this time of the year. So, Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday deals. I'm sure we're going to still participate in that. More information on those sales will come in the near future. Right now, we're going to kind of hyper focus on SEMA, the next Lowrider show, because it's hopefully the last time I have to travel for the rest of the year. So, as a lot of you guys do know, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of warning. Going into end of November, we're going to take a little bit of a break from Redcat Lives for approximately just about 2 weeks or so. Your boy here is going to be taking care of some things, and I need a little bit of time to do so. So it's all great stuff. It's all great things. It's to better my health. I don't stray from it. I'm really open about it. I've been on a mission to better my health overall, and I'm going to take a few weeks off to finalize some things that I need to do. So know that going into Thanksgiving, we're probably not going to have 1 or 2 shows around that time. So just keep that in mind, guys. Now, with that said, though, I think if you guys can do me
Are
a
we going to
favor.
drop this? Are we going to show the SPUD?
The Spud?
Yeah, that's what the video is, right?
Right. So, guys.
Finally released.
Right. So, with that said, I'm going to ask you guys if you guys can do me a favor, because I need to be
Focus.
No, you can cover my face.
He's
you okay
saying
with me
move
covering?
over.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. All right. So, do me a favor, guys. I'm about to
I'm going to duck.
drop something on you guys that no one's seen
I've seen it.
outside of this facility. In fact, only about 10 people total have seen, not even our support team, sales team, has seen what I'm about to share with you guys here right now. During our last Guess What's Next, competition that we had going on, which we've been doing for every drop so far this year and a few last year, we would end up with thousands of guesses. And there seems to be a guess that keeps coming up quite frequently. And kind of making that full circle as to this one product that you guys have been asking for immensely, it just so happens that we've actually been working on this for well over 2 years. And so we're getting to a point where just a few weeks ago, we went ahead and we approved the tooling to be created for this product. Now, Aaron, can you do me a favor and explain to the folks what is tooling for those that don't know, and why is being at this point so important?
Well, approving tooling means that the framework and everything has been approved as for production, and they're making all the very heavy metal parts to injection mold all of the pieces that you may or may not be able to see today. Final step before you see, your original samples. Sometimes you may need to tweak something, but we're beyond there. Design's finalized, the concept's proven. We're ready to rock and roll.
Right. What this means, in essence, is that now that we have the approval, the parts are going to start to be created.
Yep.
And start to be formed. Well, the molds are being created.
Yep.
So that then we can create these parts out of plastic with these molds. Just so you guys know, what I'm about to share with you guys, I need to let you guys know, you're not going to see this finalized product for at least another, I don't know, maybe half.
We don't know.
At least 6 months to a year.
Yeah, I mean, I would venture to say 8 months to a year would probably be the best thing. We're pushing it out, so we're leaking something out really early on. But the reason why we're doing so is because, listen, at the end of the day, we consider ourselves different from anyone else. We want to do something that stands out within the RC community that no other manufacturer is really doing out there. And that's including you guys in something that we're excited about that is now, in essence, going to start going into a production run, right? And parts being created so that then they can be made and assembled. And it's a great time. I tell you guys every time I'm on here, it's a great time to be in the hobby for numerous reasons. We're excited about it. And we want to try something new with the process of a release. We've done numerous things like Guess What's Next and giving out, products in the past, which you guys have done amazing in helping mold who we are, right? It's giving you guys, the community, a voice into what we're doing as a whole. So,
Most expensive tooling to date, and a first for Redcat.
yes,
Never been done
Not just the
by
first.
Redcat.
Right.
Never been done.
The amount of molds that are going to be needed to create this is the most molds we've ever done for any product out there in Redcat's history. We're talking a ton of molds, which means a ton of parts, a ton of injection molded plastic. We're not talking about, a Lexan-ish combo. We're talking about a lot of plastic,
A lot of hard
plastic.
plastic.
It's also not a drag car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we going to do a hard body drag car?
No.
Yeah, dude, it'd be like a 30-pound weight
That'd be
coming
like
out your
a
ankles.
hard body drift car. Not a good idea.
What do you mean? I want that. So, guys, if any of these things interest you, we want to let you guys know that potentially we're working on some details to potentially offer this as a pre-sale type of option. And there's going to be more details on that to come. Now, again, what I'm about to share with you guys is something that is not going to be out between the next 8 months to a year out. So this is going to be something that's going to be quite out on time. Not something that's right around the corner. But we wanted to try something. We wanted to try doing something different. And before I share this teaser clip with you guys of this product, please note that this is a 3D printed mock-up that I'm going to share with you guys.
Working sample.
It's a working sample. It's a work in progress.
It's 3D printed. So
3D printed, exactly. So don't beat me up too hard. There's wires that are going to be exposed. They don't look as bad as his wire job, though, so we're good, okay?
I didn't wire it.
That's good.
Okay, so that's a good thing. Aaron did it, I think.
No,
he didn't.
I didn't do the one.
Yeah, the unnamed party.
Right. But without further ado, guys.
Oh, and do you want to preface that the, gosh, what was I going to say? So with this coming out and the pre-order thing that we're talking about, it's not really is it really a pre-order?
So here's the thing. So more
It's
details.
kind of like
we're not sure if we want to do a pre-order yet. We're really trying to gauge what the attention on this is going to be,
Right.
to see how much we want to go. If we want to offer a pre-order, and if we do, will it be something that everyone that pre-ordered will get exclusive information and video updates on as we go, so that only you guys get this insider track? There's a lot of things and a lot of different ways this can go. So we're still working on the ground force of that, the structural foundation of how we want to do it. But we figured, let's find out what the community thinks.
what's the interest level maybe?
And
So we don't run out day one, maybe?
Exactly. And maybe depending on the interest would differentiate the amount that we want to drop on the first initial
wave.
launch. So
Yoshi's buying it and he doesn't even know what
he
it
doesn't
is.
know what it is, right?
Are you kidding me?
So guys,
You're not going to like it.
I want you guys to blow this bad boy up. I got the approval. I'm probably going to get fired for sharing this information with you guys, but it's okay. I'll probably get hired again 5 minutes afterwards. It usually happens at least 2 times a week because my shenanigans. Listen, it's not my fault that I ate tacos on the owner's desk and didn't clean up. That's my bad. But regardless, guys, here it is. I hope you enjoy it.
It's the
A
full
licensed Nissan D21 hardbody, licensed by Hoppo's Hydraulics with faux pumps, licensed by Optima Batteries with faux batteries, highly detailed hard plastic multi-piece body, steel frame rails, and a lot more. But that's about all I want to say about that. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week ahead. I know we're going to have a great time in Las Vegas, and we're going to leave you guys with this teaser, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And you know what? I'm going to blow it up for you guys so you guys can get a good view of it. So there it is, guys. Our D21 hardbody is in the works. 2.5 years of work in so far on this bad boy. And for obvious reasons, we are nowhere near being finished. Like I said before, this product will not be available for at least another 8 months to a year out. So don't expect to see this offered anytime soon. If you have interest in this, we will potentially in the future offer a pre-sale that will allow everyone that buys into the pre-sale an opportunity to have exclusive content and updates on the production of this vehicle. So we hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your week. As I mentioned, we're out of here.
What scale is it?
I don't know.
Is it big?
It's
a little?
It's little.
Is it actual
I
scale?
wouldn't say so. It's a 10th scale.
It's a 10th
It's
scale.
10th scale.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
So you guys stay blessed. We're out of here. We'll go get some tacos. Peace.